Okay. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. What is that gonna do? I was thinking about doing like Blondie song or something. Man, I'm not really. I've been mastering my album. It's really been I don't know. Hey, there's Pookie, that lady. I know that lady. It's kind of weird. If you say that Pookie's a lady, that means like she's all grown up and stuff. And we know that's just not true. We know that's not true. And I was thinking about doing a song from the '70s, Pookie. And I was looking you would think there's Funshine. Funshine, Funshine, Funshine. What? No, no, no. You don't. No, no. You don't get to do that. There's 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 Sunshine and Pookie and Camellia. We I was so I was gonna do I'm gonna do a song. Um this is a song for the ladies in the house. Um check. I think it's about cum. Call me anytime you can. Call me any day or night. Call me. Call me. Call me. Call me any day or night. Call me anytime you can. Call me any day or night. Call me. See that? It's I told you it was a '70s song. It's it's by this lady named Blondie. It's called Cummy. Cummy. Hey Andy, what's up, buddy? I've been working on mastering an album, and it's this new album's gonna have 21 songs on it. Um, and we'll get around to that a little bit later. I was gonna talk about Chad a little bit, since he's decided not to show up and do a show again this week. I talked to Chad today. He said he's getting ready to, really fire up and come back, and he's gonna like do all this bullshit and stuff. And he said he might even stream every freaking day. And I told him that, you know, having unconsensual relationships with, you know, young canines was not going to be accepted in this community anymore. And I think he understands that. I really do. I really think he understands that, and maybe he's looking to. Hey Zach, what's up? You got here just in time for the Chad talk, and the thing is I really think that he's grown as a person. But we're going to try to get him to quit growing as a person because that would mean that he was still assaulting the dogs. Don't do that, Chad. He also likes to bat baby seals in his spare time. I really didn't have any plans. Uh, like I said, I was mastering my album and stuff. We're gonna share the screen here, and so we can kind of see where we're at and stuff. Um, like you would think that I was doing something like important or something, but all of these these album covers are actually this album came from yes, it's Chad Talk is the same thing as TED Talk, but only awful and evil and we're going to try to thwart Satan by telling Chad to no. But okay, so this whole album was wrote, and I was actually having heart attacks during the time that I was writing the very first part of the album. Then I had a heart attack, and then I came out and wrote the rest of the album. And so this one's going to be called "From the Heart," and I'm looking. Uh, let's see. What are you talking about, Zach? I think I've taken a week off in like 4 years. Wait, maybe I just stay. Do you think I just stay burnout? Maybe I just stay burnout. Oh my God, there's an idea. You just Zach. There you go. Anyone that talks about being burnout, just tell them to stay burnout. Burn out the flame. Okay, let's see. We're going to try to take a look at this anyhow. These are the album covers I've been working on, and y'all can kind of take a look at them. I don't know what's going on here, but like this is the way I felt like they were sticking stuff in my heart, and this would be Sunshine, like overlooking the doctors doing bad stuff to me and stuff. I thought about that for an album cover. That one's a little light. That one kind of looks a little light, and it's kind of stupid because it's too light. Um, this one's a little bit there. Um, and I mean, making the album cover is about like, a big deal and stuff. Hey, Deep Burrito. Uh, yeah. I'm working on Deep Burrito. I want to get a door poster of me like from Teen Beat, and maybe we can get your grandma one of those and hang it on her door. This one I kind of did like. I did like this one because when I was like, you can't. If you can imagine them running wires into your heart and sticking what these call like stents into your heart, it was like really, really freaking weird. And you can hear it going click, 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 cause it's like a ratchet. I'm gonna just explain this to y'all if y'all didn't know. So when they're putting a stent in you, it's like going up your arm and into your heart, and it sounds like a ratchet, and it's going click, 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 and they stop, and it goes click, 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 and they're putting like plastic in your heart or something, and it does kind of hurt, even though they say it's not. And this is about what it looked like and felt like right here at the time. I thought that Not sure about that one. That one right there, I kind of like that one better. I don't know that one. And and believe me, they really wanted to do some bad stuff to me at sometimes, but Sunshine was like, "You aren't doing that." They're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that." And she was like, Did he say you could do that?" They're like, "No, no, no. We're just gonna do that." And she's like, "No, no, you're not." So this is like Sunshine in there telling them, like, uh, like this is the dude that does it to me, and y'all can't kill him and stuff. That's what she's saying right there. This is the dude that does it to me, and y'all can't do that and stuff. So y'all don't be killing him. And they're like, and the doctors did feel like demons. They just felt like they were taking, even though they were saving me, which I kind of, it was kind of weird, but they were still like, "Hey, sir, we're gonna give you this and that, and it's gonna." I kind of like that one too. That one kind of looks cool. I'm gonna have to go in here and Photoshop maybe a longer beard on it. You know, um, well, I need to. I don't know what other one. We, but and maybe I need to put them up for like a vote and stuff. But I don't know how to do junk and stuff. And I thought it was all weird how they like put the mask through there and stuff. But they're all pretty much kind of the same and stuff. Uh, you know, that one I got a longer beard and stuff, and it's kind of weird, freaking weird. Uh, um, yeah, no. Tell AI to just put my face on it. Yeah, I need. I can go in and deep. I can go in with Photoshop and touch it up. Like one of the pictures I've already touched up, but then after I got through touching it all up, I was like, wow, I can do this. And plus, it doesn't have to be like really tight, because it's supposed to be like metaphorical and stuff, because it's supposed to be like the the pole vault dude. And see, this is not really supposed to be Sunshine. It's supposed to be Fisher, and this is supposed to be the prophet. The prophet, or the um, and this is Fisher, which is symbolic of me and Sunshine. And Sunshine's part of the pole vault band. And then we'll go we'll go over here and take a look at this. Let's see. Let's see. Wow. Let's go. Here I am. Here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. Ooh, ooh. Have you ever heard that song by the Scorpions before? If you haven't, I just wrote it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Here, if you have, I'm doing a Scorpions cover. If not, but one of the things was, where did that go? God. But hmm, where did I just put that? My God, I'm glad I backed that up. Did I just throw that in the trash bin? Nope. Hmm. What did I do? Wow. Let's refresh. I just lost that file. Wow. Oh my God. Why would I do that right now? Uh, that's not good. Control Z. That's probably not good. I don't. No, 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 no. Where'd you go? Where did you go? And I drugged it over here. I'll just go right here. Let's see. There you are. Well, I got it pulled up. So it's still here somewhere. See, up. Gonna copy. And I'll put it right here and put another copy up and paste. There we go. Well, now I got 2 copies of it. You never can be too safe. I think that maybe you can be too safe. I guess. Maybe. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. Now moving it again. There it is. Okay. Well, I don't know where the other copy went, but um, hmm. Let's see. Oh boy, just yeah, just Oh, now of course I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen as soon as I moved it over there. There it was. I knew that would happen. But this one's gonna come out with it's gonna have the hero died. Which like I said, these are songs like right after I got out of the hospital and stuff. So, and it really fit like the Aussie thing also. Yeah. What happened today? Yeah, it's far past time. The hero died tonight. And that would be the hero died track. Okay. And this is like one of the favorites off of there. Well, I got a spotted hippopotamus in my mind. Yeah, I find the Beatles on mine. I tell lies cause I don't know where to go. Cause I got a spotted hippopotamus in my soul. Yeah, I got a spotted hippopotamus in my soul. The zebras run wild through the jungle of the street. I got no shoes on my feet. Yeah, I like to dance without pants cause I got a spotted hippopotamus on my mind. Yeah, I got a spotted hippopotamus on my mind. I gotta find a tree that I can climb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A tree that don't have any fleas. I got an itch, son of a bitch. I got an itch, you motherfucker. Spider hippopotamus. Spider hippopotamus. Spider, 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 spider hippopotamus. Hippo, yeah, hippopotamus. Yeah, hippopotamus. Spider hippopotamus. What can we not learn when we look to the spider hippopotamus? I mean, what can we not learn when we look to the spider hippopotamus? Spider hippopotamus. Got a spider hippopotamus on my mind. Yeah. And that was that's I got a lot of good tracks on here. So this album's going to have 21 tracks. Had a lot of good ones. There's some heavy stuff on here, like this one. This one's Z1. You know, just going through them. Yeah. And you know, and Camellia, Spider Hippopotamus does have lessons for us all. I mean, it's what we can't learn when we look, look to the Spider Hippopotamus. This one's, yesterday's gone. There's some mellow songs on here because, like, after you get like stuck in the heart and stuff, you have like some stuff. I can't remember. I can't remember where I was wrong. I was wrong. I never thought I'd live this long. But now I have to be strong. And that one was yesterday. Yesterday is gone. What do I do? Like
What are you doing?
this is a funny thing about that song. Um, and like I said, this is just like a funny, like a ha, it's so funny. This record is like really weird because that specific track where Sunshine walks in and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was actually at that point, and this was before I went to the hospital. I was actually having a small heart attack, and I was sitting here going, and she walks in and it was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, and then I went into the track. What do I do? Um, yeah. So there's a lot of crazy stuff, and um, it's like really crazy. I was lost without you. You were lost without me. Every day I look in the mirror, looking inside of me. Somewhere we lost each other. It's time to set you free. You used to run. And this song right here is actually a love song to myself. So, if anyone's wondering what the hell about, it's about me, like seeing the child in myself and just being like, "Get out of here!" Run for the sky. Now you're running to die, but
It's been so long since I saw your face. You've been hiding inside for so long. I love you. You're all that you're all that I ever was. Come back to me, my friend. You used to run for the sky. Now I look forward to is running to the day I die. Come back to me. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that song's kind of depressing, isn't it? Oh my God, what the hell's wrong with you, Paul? Well, you really know how to bring the room down and shit. And then let's see, I made this song, Bleeding Out. This one, and like I said, I'm gonna give this album away to a whole lot of people. Somebody was suggesting today that I put it on Bandcamp, like for like a penny or something. That would be cool. Maybe I'll do that. Just put it on Bandcamp for like $1. Because I want everyone to have this one. And this one was I cut my finger, and they got me on so many meds. I was just bleeding and bleeding off a little bitty cut. And so I made this one. This one is Bleeding Out. It's not much to it, because that's just bleeding and stuff. I'm bleeding, bleeding out. I'm bleeding. It's so long. There you go. So there you go. There's a little bit of like a little preview of that. I need to get it all like mastered down and get the artwork and get that over to DistroKid. We're gonna take a look and see what's going on today. Hey kids, y'all want to see what's going on today? And here's the thing, YouTube, they kind of they do everything they can do to make sure they can help you out. Oh wait, no, that's not YouTube. Anyhow, let's take a look. Let's go take a look and see over here on analytics. So I'm down to 9,000. You can see where they're killing the shit out of me. Over here, 9,204 views in the last 48 hours. But here's the thing. So they've, you can see where they've like batted me down for a long time over here. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start trending videos. I'm going to start trending videos. And here's where they got tired of me trending videos. And they stopped everyone from putting viral videos out today. Why would you do that, YouTube? Why would you stop people from making videos that everybody's watching? Oh, yeah. I don't. There's no sense to it. You want to do everything you can to stop them from making videos that are like that, I guess. And we're gonna go over here and um, we can. They choked the hell out of a bunch of the videos. And let's see, what do we got? Eh, See, like this video. This video right here got 10,000 views. Um, and I mean, they just smacked it down right over here. They're like, okay, you're going, what? Pole vault's getting big numbers, kill it. And then it just goes dead. You cannot tell me that I'm floating up at 10,000, just floating, yeah, and then all of a sudden they smack it to zero. And then they started stopping everyone from putting out videos of their guitar with typo negative. So, but I did it anyways. I did it anyways. I did it anyways. I did it anyways. Did it anyways. And then we got. Hey, how y'all say? This is another shirt I got from like this record shop. I don't even know what the hell this means. It says social media was a mistake. I don't even know what the hell that means. But the shirt looked cool, so I'm like, I like it. And you know, what does it mean? What does it mean? Yeah, maybe Chad will be back next week, and we can watch a movie. I think I think if Chad's not back next week, we're gonna watch a movie anyways. That does it. You hear that? You hear that, Chad? Hey, Chad, we're gonna watch a movie without you. Hey, Chad, what you gonna do? It's time to quit killing baby seals and come back and make a bunch of crappy AI videos with people that have 6 fingers and bleeding noses, and the music all sounds like a bunch of kids singing in a choir. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna watch a movie. It gives us a chance to eat popcorn and feel groovy. I'm gonna put a hole in the bottom of the bucket and stick my wiener through. And then I'm gonna say, hey, sunshine, you want some popcorn? Ooh, ooh, what is that in the popcorn? It's my wiener sunshine. You should know by now. You're gonna have to shake the popcorn. We're extra butter. We're extra butter. Ooh, ooh. I hate going to the movies. I hate going to the movies. You know, I used to like when you were at the movies. Someone was making a lot of noise in the movies. And you're like, hey, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna come up there, stick my foot in your ass. But nowadays they say that's a threat, sir. And we called the cops on you. Ooh. I said, all I wanted to do was watch the movie with you. But they made too much noise, I couldn't see. Now I got to go to the bathroom. The handles are covered in pee. There's shit on the walls, shit all over the stalls. Piss on the seats. The candy cost 10 times too much. And the popcorn smells like pee. There's kids crying out and teenagers shout. I can't see the fucking movie. Why did I have to pay so much to be around all these people? It smells like armpits and underwear, and they don't even care. The guy that's supposed to be watching shit is problem, the problem is the problem, is the problem, is the problem, is the problem. He's a problem, he's a problem, he's a problem. He's nowhere to be found, he's outside now. The guy that's supposed to be throwing people out, yeah, he's outside, he's smoking some grass, while everybody's being an ass. Throw him out now, throw him out now, throw them out now. I hate going to the movies. See, that's why I hate going to the movies. All the thing that was in that song. You go to the movies, the bathroom smells like the bathroom's got. I mean, y'all ladies might not know. Sunshine took a short of a freaking bathroom the other day. It was really bad. But I mean, there's shit on the walls. There's shit on the stalls. See how you rhyme? Shit on the walls, shit on the stalls. Piss all over the seats, And I mean, I don't know what's going on there with the ladies, but Sunshine showed me some shit. I was like, oh my God, what are y'all doing in there? And then like there's always like some people talking in the movie, and there's kids screaming and crying in the movie. They're like, why, why? Who's my daddy? And they're like, I don't know what I mean. Um, what? No, don't delete that, Sunshine. That was fucking like viral and shit. Um, um, Valerie says that sounds like a dog she used to have, like licking the water up in the kitchen. But um, I don't think my big dog makes a lot of noise doing that. But I don't know, man. It's much funner when we're doing. What am I drinking? This stuff is pretty good. It's really good. It's a Minute Maid zero sugar lemonade, and it goes down really smooth. Okay, it goes down really smooth. Goes down smooth. Um, yeah. I would look. See, that's kind of an argument. The thing is that, Camellia, if you're like us, I think 10K is a viral video for us. That's what I'm thinking, because they're not going to let you make it. Okay, they're not going to let you freaking make it. I'm just telling you. You know, pole vault starts to get over like 10K. They come over and say, "What the hell's going on? Stop it! Stopping! Stopping!" The devil's nipple. I'll tell you what, the devil's nipple's really been heating it up lately. Once there was a way to get back home again. Once there was a way. Once there was a way to get back home again. Once there was a way to get back home. You know what? That would be freaking easy. Look at me. I'm doing that capo thing. Am I trendy or what? Once there was a way to get back home again. Once there was a way to get back home. Ooh, once there was a way to rip off a Beatles song. Once there was a way to ride my dawn. Once there was a way for the sun to shine. Once there was a way to get back home. Once there was a way to party all the day. Once there was a way to be at home. all day long, all day long. The sun is shining down on my dawn, on my dawn. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you want to see some Chicago? And let's see. And I mean, I really don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to see my dirty underwear here. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right. We're going to do it by views. So the best video. So we're just going to put it out there. The the um, the best video I have is 17,239 views. It's very sophisticated. Here we go. Y'all want to see this? You see? Here we go. 17,000 views on this, y'all. Y'all ready?
Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
17,000 views. I want y'all to think about that. There's people out there like racking their. I'm one of them. Racking their brain to see what can I do to make a video get a lot of views. Driving by a tractor and I went beep beep. Let's see. We're gonna look. I've gotta look. I gotta get this. Hang on, Camellia. Okay. Gotta get it. Look. I've gotta look. Stop it. You. I better hit like. Ooh, I like my own video. Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Well. Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah. Well, of course I was going to get a lot, Camellia. You kind of in there shaking your groove thing, playing a resonator, like beep, beep, beep. Wonder if I shake my, can I shake my booty, Camellia? I gotta steal your moves. See, let's see what moves that is. Kind of. I like your jacket there. Is that denim? Yeah. And y'all, you know what? And here's the thing. Y'all want to all make sure y'all go there and click on that. And here's the thing. It'll make it pop off again. You know, denim jackets, Camille, are kind of, they kind look at that. Look, it's Inception. Is it going into the other one? Ooh, whoa, we're inside. Oh, wow. Make sure y'all go over there and hit that like on Camellia's short. Look at it putting a window inside a window. Camellia's wearing a denim jacket. 17,000 views is badass. But that's because Camellia's cool. She got a denim jacket and playing the resonator. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, what are we playing on tonight, man? Did y'all notice what we're playing on tonight? Did y'all see the guitar we're playing on tonight? Tonight we're playing on the California Fender. Yeah. And I don't know, look at these switches. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I did fix the strings on, and here's okay. Now Sunshine done opened this can of worms, um, and here's one thing. Um, a lot of people just string their guitars as quick as they can. I really take a lot of care and time and shit to wrap my strings. And listen, here we go. I just had to start shit tonight. But when I wind my strings, I wind one time over and the rest under. So I put the string through, zzz, and then I take my winder and I wind it, and the string goes over the string. Then I pick the string up, and then under the string. I've never had a string slip on me. Now a bunch of people are going to say, "Hey, that's bullshit. You shouldn't do that." I do it. Okay. Another thing, I will put probably two two wines uh two wines on my strings. And one of the reasons why I put two wines on my strings is I was going to say I used to be poor, but I think I'm doomed to be poor all my life. But it's, you know what, you just learned how to deal with it. I told one of my grandkids the other day. He's like, "People, we're poor or something." I'm like, you know what? I would tell you the shit that my grandma told me. Like, kid, you don't know what poor is. But I put it to him this way. I said, you know what, mini pole vault. I said, there's rich kids right now, and you know what they're eating? He's like, what are they eating, Peepaw? I said, they're eating fish eggs. They call it caviar. And they're like, fish eggs. And he looked at me and he's like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we're better than, like everybody else because we're eating fish eggs. He's like, but that's bad. And I'm like, yeah. What are we eating? ham and cheese sandwiches. I'm like, we're not poor. I'm like, we got cheese on our sandwiches. And we got ham. Ham and cheese sandwiches, my friend, is not poor. I used to bitch about bologna sandwiches. And cheese was an upgrade on that bologna sandwich. And my dad said, you know what? Povalt, you're full of shit. He's like, I used to eat jam sandwiches. I was like, jam sandwiches? That sounds better than bologna sandwiches. He's like, no, you got the wrong idea. He's like, jam sandwiches is where you take two pieces of bread and jam them together. And of course, I'm sure that his dad was like, what? You got bread? It's always worse, isn't it? But, ham and cheese. Hey, James. Man, I like James's crib, man. You ever seen James's pad? It's pretty fucking like live. I like the way he has his I like his drum kit. I've never seen a drum kit quite like that, which means I'm like old and shit. It has like a rail around it, which seems like a very good idea to put the toms on around the drums, and that way you can move them and they're very sturdy, and that's way cooler than having them mounted to the two bass drums on like a tree or something, because like they move around and shit. You know what's really weird? A drum rack. It's called a drum rack. Well, see, there didn't used to be these things called drum racks. You ever be playing the guitar and stuff? And every now and then, and I know in my music, it sounds like someone's talking or something. Let's see if I can make it do it again. Yeah, we ain't poor, we're broke. And but and the thing is Sunshine was talking about it. You know, we and it may not be the same anymore, but being broke back in the '70s is probably a little different than being broke now, because we had to go outside and do shit and we went outside a lot, and it made us a little stronger. I mean, when I was a kid, you had to hide your Playboys. James, you're like Motley Crue used Tommy Lee used them in Motley Crue. They've been around. You mean that newfangled Tommy Lee guy with the big wiener? That newfangled Tommy Lee guy. He's really coming up. He's really hot on the scene. And then that Kid Rock guy. That Kid Rock. I mean, what is it, man? So Pamela Anderson boned Brett Michaels, Tommy Lee, Scott Baio, and Kid Rock. You would thought she would have learned, after a while. You'd have thought she'd learned, like, hey, you know what? Yeah, Scott Baio. She boinked Scott Baio. Rest in peace, Scott Baio. And the hell of it is, James, is I've seen about half of the time I've seen her, God, I've seen her boink Tommy Lee and freaking Brett Michaels. Yeah, rest in peace. This one's for my homie Scott Baio. Now, uh, and if anyone ever want to know, like, Sunshine, that wasn't a clubhouse, that was a dumpster. You are the forest. Oh, okay, cool. You know what? I don't know why that reminded me of a story. So y'all get a pole vault story time. One time, me and my buddy Andy, we did a lot of crazy shit. Y'all ever want to hear a freaking crazy story? I can just bust off a pole vault and Andy story really quick. But one time it was about 1976, 1977, right around there. I think it was 76. I was riding my Evel Knievel bicycle. Andy was riding his gold Swin with a banana seat and a sissy bar. Flag hanging out the back, big tall orange flag so cars could see him and shit. But we thought it was cool. We didn't know it was to be a nerd. And this big Galaxy Ford, big gold Galaxy Ford, pulls up next to both of us. And this guy opens the door and he's totally naked. And and he wanted to horrify and scar two young boys. That's right. That's what it was, Pookie. That's what it was, a Ford Galaxy 500. And this predator wanted to inflict personal scars on me and my friend Andy. And he threw open the car. He threw open the car door. And he was totally naked. And he said, "Jack off!" Well, me and my buddy Andy, we stopped our bicycles. And like I said, I think he wanted to horrify us and have like some kind of weird control over us, like I made you feel a certain way. Well, me and Andy we stopped and we're like, dude, you're fucking jacking off, dude. And I know he didn't think these two young kids were going to say, you're fucking jacking off. And then we were like, dude, and you got a little dick and you're running around like trying to scare kids with your dick, and it's like smaller than my dick. And fucking look at you. What a fucking loser. Oh my God. You know? Look at you. You. And the dude got so fucking mad. He slams his door. He's like, slam! You know, he's like, you boys are pieces. I can fuck you. And I swear, me and Andy probably laughed for. We probably laughed for an hour. And then we told our dads. This dude said, hey, jack off. And they're like, oh my God. He says there's a pervert running around town. And we're like, yeah, he's got a little dick. We can tell you that much. They were like, that's besides the point. And I mean, why? We're like, why are we getting in trouble? He showed us his dick. We didn't have nothing to do with that. And then our dads realized that we probably inflicted as much bullshit. I mean, trying to fuck with us. I mean, you gotta imagine. Yeah, he had nightmares about the rest of his life. Yeah, right? Maybe he learned a lesson. Because we were just like, we were like, what the fuck? Look at you got a little dick. And he was, and the thing, he was, he had set out to do something bad to us. And we didn't even want to tell our dads. And we were very young, but we may or may not have been possibly high on the marijuana at the time. I don't know if anybody's ever been high on the marijuana before. But when I was young, I used to think, and I was pretty much right, that my dad didn't know I was high. And you know what? He didn't. He didn't know I was high. And I just don't know how in the hell he didn't know I was high. Because, like I'd wreck and have a wreck on my bicycle. Instead of like most kids being like, I'm hurt. I'd be like, oh my God. Oh shit, I think I'm fucked up. Yeah. 70s swag. Yeah, no, he just thought I was a dumbass. That is exactly right, Mountain Man. Exactly right. Which was kind of crazy because my dad was a helicopter gunner in Nam. And he would always tell me, son, if you take one hit of that marijuana, you'll go crazy. You'll be crazy forever. I've seen it. Which was kind of like a weird thing, because there's a bunch of guys that went over to Nam, and they did like he was right. They did drugs to get over like what they were doing and what was going on over there and stuff. And then there was like the ones like him that thought, Jesus and God was what was getting him through, And he would swear like the bullets were going through the helicopter, but all this kind of shit. Yeah. and then he comes back to America and has me. And uh, what I used to do is it's like this bitch across the street, God, I hated her. God damn that bitch. She would call my dad and be like, I was, uh, uh, Mr. Polvault, your son Polvault Jr., he's popping wheelies in the street, and I want it to stop right now. And my dad was like the one that taught me how to ride wheelies and shit. But because the lady across the street, her name was Miss Bounds. She was like, what a bitch, man. And she was crazy as fuck. And she, yeah, super caring. She was like, he's riding a wheelie. And my dad be like, look, little Povalt, you can ride wheelies all around town. Do not ride wheelies in front of her house any freaking more. Okay? So I was gonna get that bitch. So I got these little black cat firecrackers, and I put a fuse on it like super super duper long, and stuff. I mean super long. And I lit them, and I ran home. But when I got right to the door, I slowly walked in, and I sat down, in front of the TV set, and turned the TV on. I started watching this cartoon show called G-Force. My dad comes home from work, and I'm sitting there thinking, damn it. Oh, damn it. My firecrackers burnt out. Because, I had a long fuse, but it wasn't that long. And that bitch is going to pay for, like, narking me out for doing wheelies. And I'm sitting there on the floor, and about that time, and I'm talking about like forever. And about that time, you hear, pap, 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 pap. Well, the fucking phone rings immediately. And this is before cell phones, so it's like a landline. Bring, 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 bring. My dad looks at me, and then he's like, wow, dude, you were sitting here. I was watching you. That couldn't have been you. But it had to be you. He goes in, he picks up the phone. Hello? Mr. Povalt, your son just now did something. I don't know what he did. Where is he? Well, Miss Bounds, he's sitting right here. He's been sitting right here. I know he's been sitting right in front of the TV for at least 10 minutes. It couldn't have been him. It was probably that Andy kid. The kid that was with him when the guy was jacking off. Yeah, it's probably that Andy kid. I'm calling the Andy's dad, Mr. Andy. Goodbye, Mr. Povalt. And as soon as my dad hangs up the phone, he walks in there and he's like, I should beat the hell out of you because I know you did that. Whatever, I don't know what you did, and I can't prove that you did it, but I know you did it. And I'm just like, listen, my dad was pretty good with this kind of shit. And I was like, Dad, really, really, dude. Like, dude, you got to prove it. And I was like, probably was Andy. It was probably Andy. Where the fuck is Andy? And she needed it. And fuck her. Good going, Andy. Way to get her. And then when he seen me like going, way to go, Andy, he was like, yeah, it was probably Andy. And this lady was like, hey, do y'all ever, and I think everybody knows somebody like this. Does anybody know anybody that knows like an old lady that thinks that she was in the FBI? Because Sunshine knew a lady that thought she was in the FBI, the secret agents, they're going to come get, and Miss Bounds was that lady also. She would be like, I'm a secret spy, and, they're always coming to get me, and I fucked JFK and shit like that. And it's like, Does is there like one of those ladies in every town that is like, the crazy lady that like says the FBI and CIA are like, are coming to her for secrets? I mean, like, what the fuck is this bitch know? Yeah, I caught pole vault riding a wheelie down the street. I think we have a national security problem over here. Shut up! You get me in trouble. Then, oh, you want to hear some really bad shit? Fucking, we were going by her one day, and she was like, "You're gonna quit riding your bicycles down the street so fast." Fuck, fuck. I mean, why go down there? Go. Uh, knew it like you had prostate cancer. Did she want anybody to check it for her? But the thing is so Andy rides by her, and remember he's on a gold swing with a banana seat and a sissy bar on the back, and he pulls down his pants just enough to show his whole ass. No balls, no dick or anything, just enough to show his ass. Back in the day, we used to call this mooning somebody. So Andy Moon Miss Bounds, okay? She called the freaking police and said he tried to rape her. And then the cops get there and said, "Oh, this is serious, this is serious, this is serious." And then about that time, like 10 different witnesses are like, yeah, now, Andy should be in trouble, police officer, but yes, mooned he mooned the lady. He showed his ass to her, and she was just like, "No, he was coming right at me on his bicycle, going really fast, and he pulled his pants down, and he was coming right at me with his pants down." And I'm like, and for what you remember that, back when you were a kid and you were innocent, and and everybody was in trouble, but you knew, for this try you were off the fucking hook. So I was just laughing my ass off. The cops were like, "Shut up, pole vault, shut the fuck up." And it's bad because I'm like only 10 or 12 years old, and the cops already know me by name, okay? And they're like, "Shut up, pole vault, shut the fuck up." Like, quit laughing. And why? Tell me, why is everybody being a buzzkill? Back in the 70s, everybody, it was just like a bad thing to be happy. Okay? How dare you be happy? But I am laughing my ass off, and I'm saying, and I'm saying, I was actually saying, I think he was trying to have butt sex with her, with his butt. And they were like, "If you don't shut up," and I'm like, "Yeah, take Andy to prison. He's a butt rapist." And they were like, "This is not funny, dude. Y'all are in trouble." I'm like, "Hey," and I'm like to the cop. I didn't say fuck you because I mean fuck was a big word back in the 70s for sure. But I'm like, "Hey, no, dude, y'all are not hanging this on me. I'm gonna be bold as hell." And I got nothing to do with this. Miss Bounds, do I have anything to do? Yes. No, the little pole vault child did not have anything to do with this rape. But the other child, he pulled his pants down and I saw his anus. And it was coming right at me. And it was horrible. And I want to press charges. I know what he had on his mind. And I'm like, "I do too. Andy is an ass rapist. He will come and like put his butt on you." And the cops are like, "Oh, dude, you gotta shut up." Which all this stuff was making Miss Bounds go like even more apeshit. "I knew it. I knew it. He does run at people with his butt." I'm like, "All the time, Miss Bounds. All the time." I mean, I was at school the other day, and it was true. This was true. I was at school the other day, and Andy ran at me with his ass. This boy did like he mooned to everybody. It was kind of just a thing that he would do, and and one of his favorite things to do would be like moon people from a school bus. Stick his ass in the window of a school bus going down the road. And I remember one time and this is back when we were just first getting stoned, and I actually, now here comes the bad part on me. I laughed so hard, I pissed my pants. I laughed so hard, I pissed my pants. Andy stood up in the window of the bus, and Chuck Fulkerson, and I shouldn't have said his last name, but he's passed on. He was a funny dude too. Really, rest in peace, Chuck. You bad boy. But we had a few people stand up so the bus driver couldn't see Andy sticking his ass out the bus window. And I'm like sitting there like I'm laughing, and Andy, back then there was, and y'all might remember, it's this is only like for like old people, but there used to be a Levi's jean commercial that would go, well, I'm wearing my Levi's, Levi's, right, and Andy is shaking his ass in the window, okay? And he's going, well, I'm wearing my Levi's, and there's like these parents that are at the school to pick up their children, and Andy has got his ass all the way out the window. Well, there's these speed bumps right as you're coming out of the school, and Andy almost cut his freaking ass off on the school bus window because they hit a freaking bump, and Andy freaking at the freaking window like chomped on his ass, and I laughed so hard I pissed my pants. Which is, that's not even the end of the story, because then I got mad at Lee Harvey Oswald's son, and you know, he was such a dick. He'd probably watch this and say, I'm suing you, but you're a dick, dude. You're a dick. He was a dick. He's like, look, little Povok pissed his pants. Everybody point and laugh. Like, look at you. Your dad killed the president, you fuck. Oh, you couldn't say that, though. Everybody's like, oh, you can't say that because he would sue people. He sued the school for it and shit. All the while. All the while Andy was bleeding out his ass. All the while he cut it on the glass. Andy, why were you the ass raper? And I guess I shouldn't say these things. I shouldn't say stuff like that. But it happened. Is it okay? Look, this is the thing. It might not be okay in PC to say what I said about anything I said. But it is the truth, and I saw it. Andy stuck his butt out the window. Andy stuck his butt out the window. Well, okay. Okay, now, Feisty Feather. I'm going to tell you something right now. Andy was not known for that. Andy was known for getting underwear yanked up his ass. So, here comes another Andy story. So, remember, we're all poor And $5 was a lot of money. $5 was a lot of money back then. Okay, and me and the guys, we were at this pond, and we got up $5, and there was most of it came from these little hot chicks we were hanging out with, but Andy didn't know they were hanging out with us, and we were at our clubhouse, and we used to have a lot of stuff doing with jacking off back in the 70s, so this is another jacking off story. So, Andy, we pay Andy $5 to climb to the top of this willow tree. And this wasn't our idea, this was the girls' idea, and he didn't know the girls were there. Well, the girls were hiding on this fence row, and this was, the pond was where these cows were. So the fence row had a barbed wire fence. And this is where Andy hung his clothes. And the girls were right there where he hung his clothes. He had no idea. And so he hung his clothes there. And he climbed to the top of the willow tree. This is a weeping willow tree. It's really hard to climb a willow tree anyhow. But, you know, $5 is $5. And he's naked. And he's like, you know, there's something wrong with y'all wanting me to climb to the top of this tree. And there's like about 5 or 6 of us dudes hanging out. And we were smoking pot. And we're like, nah, dude. Like, this is going to be funny, dude. Climb to the top of the tree. And jump out of the tree, and going down, while you're going down out of the tree, pull your junk and go jack off. And he's like, for $5, okay, dude. You know, and he was like, what's wrong? It's something wrong with y'all, but I'm gonna do this. Now, unknown to us, the pond that he was jumping in, where he was jumping, looked deep as fuck. But it was only like 2 foot deep right where he was falling. And so he jumps out of the tree and goes, jack off! He hits into the mud and pretty much sticks in the mud like a lawn dart. But his knee comes up and hits him in the mouth and busts his mouth, and he comes out of the water going, bah! And blood's coming out of his mouth. And he's like, I'm gonna tell on y'all. I gotta tell on y'all. We're like, motherfucker, you're not getting your $5. You go to tell on us and shit. And then he goes to the fence, and we had no idea. But the girls take his clothes. So he's like, ah! And then we were way too old for Andy to be crying like this, but he's crying. He's like, ah! And blood's coming out of his mouth. And and he's like, I gotta tell. Fuck y'all and fuck y'all's $5. I'm going to tell on all of y'all. I mean, what's he gonna tell? I mean, like, tell him to jump out of a tree for $5 and tell him to yell jack off. But and some girls took his clothes that we had no idea was gonna happen. But whatever. So Andy is walking down the freaking street naked to his mom's house, or to his parents' house, and we're trying to stop you, like, hey, don't do this, and you know, and I think we talked him out of it before he got there or something. But and the girls actually met him at his house because one of the girls liked him. But what was like really weird is Andy had to walk up to him just totally naked. Blood coming out of his mouth. Be like, give me my clothes, bitch! She was like, but I like you, Andy. Fuck you, bitch. I hate you. You know, that was love, American style back in the 70s. Uh, then we used to, give each other wedgies, and there's all different kinds of wedgies. So, around the world wedgie was where you grab somebody's underwear and you spun them around by their underwear. And we were sitting at that same clubhouse, man, and we were sitting at the same clubhouse, and Andy's brother Donald um, nailed Andy's underwear as we were working on working on the clubhouse. To the clubhouse, and the clubhouse was like a tree house, and he nailed Andy's underwear to the clubhouse with a 10-penny nail. And then he turned around and said, "Hey, Andy." And Andy turned around and said, "What?" And he saw the 10-penny nail holding his underwear, and then Donald just pushed him off the freaking clubhouse, which was probably 10 foot in the air. And Andy went off the Andy went, yeah, more ass, Andy, more Andy ass. And Andy went off the side of the freaking Andy went out the side of the clubhouse, and he hung there for a minute by his underwear before the elastic band tore up and went around his arms, and he fell into the water. But that's probably one of the worst wedgies I ever seen. One piece bathing suit wedgie was pretty bad. A lunatic. The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. They raise the blade, they make the chain. There's someone in my head, but it's not me. Yeah. I mean, look, we didn't have internet. The thing is a bunch of people would be the lunatic is on the street. Yeah, I mean, the thing is a bunch. We have internet now, and a bunch of you can see like World Star and stuff, and Jackass. We were just amazed when Jackass came on, and we were like, dude, these dudes are being millionaires for doing what we did all the time. I mean, we did some dumb shit. We did some dumb shit. At school, there was a hole that we were digging to China and shit. You know. It just turned out to be a place that we would hide our weed. So it's all like that. Um, we used to make you know, uh, tennis balls. We used to make these tennis ball cannons and stuff. And we did some like crazy stuff. One time, I think Pookie was on here when the actual guy I was with was in the chat. But one time, me and this dude, Jerry, we were like, we may or may not have been on illicit Lucy in the Sky with Diamond stuff. And he was making me laugh. And we were a long ways from home. And so I was laughing. And and for some reason, when I really laughed where I can't breathe, I will. I don't know if everybody does this, but I peed my pants again. Okay, and it's not that big of a deal for me to pee my pants. But I was way too old to be doing this. And I was walking down this busy street going home. And this is back when we wore blue jeans all the time, really tight blue jeans. So you could really tell that I'd pissed my pants. But it probably would have been cooler if I'd just blown it off and walked normal. But I was tripping, so I thought everybody was looking at me. And so I had a concert shirt on. It was an Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz, and Def Leppard On Through the Night concert shirt. And I pulled it down in the front. I pulled it down to like my knees, so nobody could see that I'd peed my pants. But I'm walking down the street with pulling my shirt down to my knees. I'm like, now nobody will know there's anything wrong with me. Uh, you know, the buddy guy. Buddy guy. I think I know. I think I know Buddy Guy. Andy was kind of Buddy Guy, but spelt different. But yeah, no, I mean, so pulling your shirt down while you're walking is kind of a lot different than, you know. So when you see someone walking down the street, would you be more crazed out by they peed their pants, or would you be more crazed out by them pulling their shirt down to like their knees? Oh yeah. Uh, well, if peeing your pants makes you cool, then just call me Miles Davis, right? That's what that lady says. But so we got home, and I remember Ted Nugent was. I was going to change my pants, and Ted Nugent was playing on the stereo, and I tried to take my pants off, but I had big Nike high top tennis shoes on, and I didn't take the tennis shoes off, and I couldn't get my pants off, and they were caught around my shoes, and the sounds coming out. Ted Nugent was playing Stranglehold, and colored smoke was coming out of the speakers. And I turned and looked at the Jerry dude, and I know like Pookie was like in the stream. They actually banned the stream that me and Jerry was on. But I'm trying to stay away from that. But I turned and look at Jerry, and he's like, "Hey, Pobot, dude." I'm like, "What, man?" He's like, "I just feel like, and he went, "Ah!" And he bit the bathroom door, and he took a bite out of the wood door, and went, "Ah!" And there's like wood sticking out of the sides of his mouth. And then his mom came home. It was like, "What are y'all doing?" He's got wood sticking out of his wood splinters from the door sticking out of his mouth. And by this time, I've gotten my pants off and putting new pants on, but they're caught all around my shoes going back on. And this lady's my aunt, by the way. That is, his mom is my aunt. So that makes him my cousin. And she's like, "What are y'all doing?" She's like, "Y'all aren't stoned." Because she was like she kind of knew we got stoned, but she's like, "You aren't stoned and you aren't drunk. Oh my God, what are you on?" And we're just like, colors. But it was okay. It was okay. Well, and here's something that's cool, Mountain Man. In case you missed it at the very beginning, I know someone else that's going to be putting out a record in the next couple of days. It's this, it's this freaking like hot dude that's like I think I'm not really sure he's that talented. I think everybody just wants to like listen to his music because he's so fucking hot. It's this pole vault guy. Yeah, how did you know? Yeah, pole vault. It's the pole vault guy. Yeah, he's freaking hot and shit. Uh, there's I'm gonna tell you my one of my favorite new bands. Me and Sunshine's been listening to this band called Wet Leg, and they're pretty cool. Yeah, that Brad Pitt look. Yeah, yeah. Povalt Jr. now, Feisty Feather has taken the uh, taken like over and now I am the pole vault. Instead of a pole vault junior, there's a mini pole vault. Yeah, Birdfinger. Wet leg is really like I the I mean I'm not gonna lie, the singer is quite attractive, but I'm liking I like a lot of what they're doing with especially like the effects, and I know y'all see I do, and I've been doing it for years, but they take effect they use effects like guitar effects a lot, and the band is really tight, um, and they play real good together. Uh, but me and Sunshine's been really checking them out, and yeah, yeah, and I mean we've been listening to them for a couple of months. What? Oh my God, Birdfinger, is this going to be one of those kind of things? Okay, okay, is this going to be one of those Ginger or Mary Ann kind of things? Is this going to be one of those Ginger or Mary Ann? So Birdfinger is saying that the guitarist is super attractive. I'm saying a Birdfinger. I'm saying that. I mean, if we're talking Ginger or Mary Ann, I'm talking. I think it's the singer. I like the singer. I think the singer's a little bit more attractive than. They're just saying. I'm just saying. Uh, Birdfinger says Ginger or Mary Ann. The answer is yes. Uh, yeah, Emil. We've been watching Emil and the Sniffers. They're pretty freaking out there. Freaking um so freaking energetic. I really think Emil and the Sniffers are on. I think they're on like the shit, man. It's kind of weird, because like I'm all cool, like I'm like glad I grew up when I did. But you know what? If I'd have had this here internet, I mean, I know what y'all are thinking. Like, oh my God, this pole vault guy, this guy is freaking hot. Oh my God, oh my God. Mm. Okay, but when I was young, oh my God, if I'd have had this internet thing, It would have been. It would have been like. I would have been. I would have been just like ah. Back when I shit. If we'd have just had this set up back when we had our last band. I mean, our last band, we would have been. We were freaking. We were on. We were young. Remember when you were young? You shone like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Who is? Oh, we got lots of work coming in. So there's an event I gotta do some work at a little bit. Can't talk about but it's called QuakeCon, and it's a big gaming convention. Yeah, Andy's crazy ass is a crazy diamond. He shined on. You know, here's the thing, and you know what, Feisty? I feel you, man. You know, you run through that spider web, and I know what you're doing. I know how you feel. It's just people that are kind of, not close to you, that are away from you, that see you walk through the spider web. They're like, look at that crazy lady over there. What the fuck? Is she on the shit? Because you're just in there like, they're like, oh my God. And here's the thing. You know what's sad, Birdfinger? Uh, most of my friends, I wouldn't say they quit being my friends, but they got away from me when I was young. Because I partied so much that they would party with me for a few years, and then they would go get married or find Jesus, or go and enlist in the military. But they would always be like, I can't live this way. I'm like, oh my God. I was that's why I'm all good with Sunshine. Been with Sunshine for 30 years now. And Sunshine came along and she was like, you know what? I can hang out with you and you can just let your crazy shine. She's like, I'm okay with that. And I'm like, wow. She's hot and shit. So yeah. 30 years later. And you know what? She was well, and that is the thing. Birdfinger. 30 years ago, I was really an asshole. Oh my God. Like, here we go. Here's another little story for you. There's this football team. Y'all might not ever heard of it, but it's called the Dallas Cowboys. No, God, no, Birdfinger, no. Sunshine was not hot like the little guitars from Wet Leg. My God. She's like the singer from Wet Leg. Sunshine is like the singer from Wet Leg. Oh my God. No, but here's the thing. So I was with a bunch of my employees at the time because I owned this company, and we went to a topless bar for my birthday. And my birthday is the day before Christmas. Well, everybody took off, and I was like, "Hey, y'all can take off. I'm gonna catch a cab." I'm sitting here at the topless bar, and Michael Irving, which is this football player for the Dallas Cowboys, comes in and he's like, "I want to sit right where that guy's sitting." And they could have came to me and said, "Hey, you need to move, dude." I mean, I've been there all day. But no, it's Michael Irving. They said, "You need to get the hell out." And I'm like, "Oh, you full of shit, man." And they were like, "Hey, all your friends are gone." Well, what they didn't understand was there's a bunch of guys that were football players for a high school football team, my high school football team, that were still in the bar. And they're like, "Hey, they're fucking with pole vault. My God." And so we started beating the hell out of it. It was a bar fight, Bar fight. I mean, just the whole bar coming apart. And Michael Irving caused all this shit. Well, they called the cops. And I'm in a suit and tie. And there's snow on the ground. And I start running from said police, from said strip club. And I run to these apartments and I jump over the wall. And when I jumped over the wall to these apartments, I landed on a car and it was snowing. And I totally busted the windshield and the car to the shape of my body because I went smash and landed on the car. And then I rolled off bleeding and then ran away. I was wearing some slippery shoes. And I had to call Sunshine on uh, Christmas Eve to come pick me up, wet and bloody on the side of one of the busiest highways in Dallas. So yeah, and it was bad. So there's another pole vault story. Look, that's just story time. Well, and the thing was, Pokey is, yeah. The thing was, and Sunshine's mom was in town, so Sunshine's mom was with Sunshine when they came to pick me up on the side of the road in the snow. But I will tell you this: I did have lots and lots of money back then. And when you have lots of money, uh, and the car, Robbie ain't nobody got time for that. I was a man on the run, Robbie. I was a man on the run. And the statute of limitations is out on it. And it was all Michael Irving's fault. But hey, listen. You think they're going to do anything to him? Nope. 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 No, it's not going to happen. No, Robbie, it was Michael Irving's fault. And plus, Robbie, this is me. Don't I feel responsible? Robbie, I was out drinking hundreds of dollars at least of alcohol at a topless bar with like 10 of my employees. What part of that reeks of responsibility? I'm just trying to. I'm just, Robbie, I may be a tad bit irresponsible. And it was my birthday, Pookie. And you know I can't even take. Yes, I went through the windshield of your car. I got bits of glass stuck in my face. But it was my birthday. Happy birthday. Uh, maybe on another show I'll talk about like how bad the parents hated me. Oh, Robbie. You know what? I heard one of the a comedian the other day was like said he had done what I'd done. When we were kids, we used to tie strings to the trash cans on the side of the road, and we lived on like a dirt road out in the middle of the country and stuff. And yeah, uh, yeah. Hey, Birdfinger, I thought I was gonna land on my feet on the other side of the wall, and I'm gonna tell you, at this time in my life, I was I was like one belt away from being a black belt in Taekwondo, and I was in really good shape. And I hit this wall, and this wall might have been about 7 foot tall, I guess. And I caught the tip of it with my fingers and freaking launched myself over the wall. I mean, I was outrunning the everybody. And I launched myself over that wall. And when I went over the wall, Birdfinger, I thought I was going to like prepare myself to land like on flat ground. And plus, I want you to know I'd been drinking since like 10 a.m. that morning, and it was now like 1 a.m. the next day. It's 1 a.m. Christmas Day, and I'd been drinking since 10 a.m. that morning, and it was dollar drinks all day long. Okay, we were drinking lots and lots of drinks, and so I thought I was going to land on my feet, and I'm in like these Argyle slick shoes, these business shoes. And so when I get over the wall and I immediately see there's a freaking car on the other side of this wall, and it's a parking lot, and it's not just like I'm going to clear into grass, and there's ice and snow on the hood. When I hit said hood, of course those shoes came right out from under me, and my face went right through the freaking windshield. Smash! But I knew if I laid there for one freaking second, the freaking cops were going to, you know, PI my ass. Well, you know, you gotta use your superpowers for good. They're like, you can use your superpowers because you're drunk. I've done some like some fucked up shit with my superpowers while drunk. Let's see. I skateboarded off the house. When I skateboarded off the house, that was pretty bad. Word to the wise: if you're going to skateboard off a house, you want to do a tail kick before you get to the gutter because the gutter will catch said wheels. I thought about telling some other stories about some of my old bandmates, but the thing is, so I actually thought about it the other day. I'm like, some of them are coming around. I don't want y'all to know what we did because they'll be all mad. They'll be like, I can't believe you told them that. I can't believe that you told them about the girl that one of us made out with, and then the other one made out with her and didn't know about the other one making out with her, so we may as well kissed each other. I can't believe you told them about the lead guitarist climbing the top of a tree and pissing out the top, and the bass player going outside and saying, hey, it's raining outside. But it was really just piss dripping off the leaves. I'm not going to tell those stories because they're embarrassing. And I will just stop at that. Plus, all these people are like grown and stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, you know what? One of the first live streams, and I hate to do this because I can almost dox myself. One of the first live streams on the internet was me on a website, and I was wearing a motorcycle helmet so I could not be identified. And we put gasoline and grease and like lighter fluid and stuff all over this bicycle. And then we lit a ramp on fire. And then I jumped said ramp, which made the bicycle explode on fire. And I thought I was good. But even though I was wearing blue jeans, it burned all the hair off of my legs from my knees to where my socks started. You know, I was wearing socks and shoes, and the fire went up my pant leg. And as long as I kept going really fast on the bicycle, it was all good. I didn't catch on fire. Oh, yeah, yeah. Then one of the guys did jump from the magnolia tree onto, that was one of the bass players, jumped from the top of our magnolia tree onto our trampoline, and it made all the springs explode off the trampoline. And then he went up in the air and did like a flip and then came back down on the trampoline. And this dude weighed about 350 pounds. If you can imagine that. Yeah, Zach, I had an Evel Knievel bicycle, which promoted that kind of shit, you know? You know what I saw today? I saw a Farrah Fawcett poster, and that son of a bitch was 50 fucking bucks. Oh wait, I'm trying not to cuss as much. I saw a Farrah Fawcett poster today, and it was $50 freaking dollars. There. I got sweat all over this freaking Strat. The thing is I probably could be doxxed so easy because I was kind of popular, semi-famous in the gaming industry. So it's not like, but everybody tell you, nobody wants to find me. Nobody wants to find me. No one wants to find me. No one wants to sit by me. No one wants to get high with me. No one likes to party anymore. Everyone is so old they say it hurts. Everyone says they gotta go to work. Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm a jerk. We're gonna drink some beer, make some excuses for why you ain't showing up to work on Monday. You say, hey, what the fuck? It's just fucking Tuesday. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna take that long. We're gonna end up in another country. We're gonna do all the stuff that's wrong. We're gonna make decisions that'll ruin your life. You're gonna lose your family, gonna lose your wife. But it's gonna be so much fun while you're doing it. It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be the best time you can't remember. It's gonna be the last time. Hey, you know what? You ever get so drunk and high or something, and you don't remember what you're doing, and then like 20, 40, 30 years later, you're like, oh my God, did I do that? Yeah. Bloody Richard, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we shouldn't. See, the thing is, Bloody Ritual, is, see, I tell people this stuff and we're not supposed to tell nobody. It's a secret. You know what happens over at Pole Vault Stream stays in Pole Vault Stream. Yeah. And plus none of this happened. I'm just making up stories. I think the biggest flashback I ever had though is pissing out the window. You know? I mean, as a guy, I want y'all to think about, I was in my Mustang, and the Jerry guy, the guy that was with me when I pissed my pants, we have a pissing problem. And we were coming from a topless bar. And I'm like, dude, you got to pull over, dude, you got to pull over. He's like, nah, dude, we got to make it before the drink special stops at the other topless bar. If we get there and we get our hand marked at the other topless bar, we get any coin, any drink. You just got to pay $20 at the door, dude. And we're going to miss it. So we can't pull over right now. I'm like, you asshole. And so I start, I pull myself up. I'm wearing Z Cavaricci clothes. That'll tell you what, time and line it was. And I just whip it out as we're going down the road, and I hang my whole body, head down to my butt, out the freaking passenger window and start peeing as we're going down the road. And I mean, nowadays, you know, um, that would be like some really big, bad, awful thing. They would be. No, James, the wind was blowing it back, and it was blowing on, and it was my car. It was a Mustang GT, and it was blowing back down the side of the car. We were doing about 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, and it was blowing back down the side of the car, and it was a two-door. Um, but I had to pee so bad, I was really popping a rainbow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ever had to piss so hard that, I mean, you could just freaking fire a freaking torpedo or something. And the thing is, and now they'd have me on the freaking news and shit. This freaking this asshole is freaking blah, blah, blah. And there was no cell phones, so there was nobody to sit there and take video and pictures of me. And this older lady pulls up next to me, and I must have been I think I was 22 at the time. And this older lady pulls up next to me, and she was probably about 50. And we stop at a light, and I'm still peeing. And I thought, oh my God, I had a moment of clarity. You ever heard of those? And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to horrify this lady with my wiener sticking out. And homegirl looked right at me and did this. And she was looking at my wiener. Well, no, she was good with it. She was good with it, Birdfinger. She was good with it. And I was good with her being good with it. Rock on, lady. You know what? If you see this, rock on. I don't know if you would see this, because that means you're about 90 years old now. But you know what? Rock on with your bad self, lady. I appreciate that. There was no reason to get all triggered or saying nothing. If you don't want to see free wiener, just close your eyes or turn your head. You don't have to look at free wiener. I peed on that car a lot, Pookie. I don't know why I peed on that car a lot. I poured Everclear in that car. I did bad shit to that car. Don't piss in the wind, though, James. I learned that pretty young. I'll tell you what's another one. Don't piss on an electric fence. There's probably not a lot of electric fences around anymore. But, don't piss on an electric fence. My girl cousin told me when I was like 4 years old, because she's such a bitch. God, she's such a bitch. She's like, hey, Poa, hey. And she was about 6. And I don't even know how she knows about how this would go down. But she was like, piss on that wire right there. And I'm like, fuck you. I'll piss on anything I want to. She was like, oh, wait, I didn't say that. I was 4 years old, and I'm trying not to cuss. I probably said, I do what I want to. She was like, I bet you won't pee on that wire. And I peed on the wire. And I'm going to tell you, I don't care what anyone says. Electricity will come up the pee string and shock your wiener. shock your wiener, shock your. Shock your wiener, shock your wiener, shock your wiener, shock your wiener. Electricity to the bladder. You know, and like I said, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if if Chad, I don't know if Chad doesn't come back next week, maybe we'll watch a movie or something. I don't know, or I can just sit here and tell y'all some more freaking. Uh, wait, this isn't stories. This is like shame or something. Shame, shame, shame. Oh yeah. And I'm sorry if I tell some of these stories over and over. Um, uh, I don't know why I have flashbacks of shit, and I'm like, oh wow, that was funny. Huh? And one time, one of my friends, uh, he was like a super duper virgin, and I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, and uh, one of our friends' moms came home and she was like, "I can't believe y'all got in my liquor cabinet and y'all are like drinking all my liquor. Oh my god! Well, I'll just have a couple of drinks with y'all, okay?" And then she got drunk, and then this guy named Steve somehow went into her room, and he's a virgin. It ain't like he's a player now. And I know god damn well she wasn't hitting on him. But somehow, uh, her and him did things. She wakes up in the morning and she's like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" And I'm like laying and throw up in the front floor or something. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? She's like, "Oh my god, like, like he did he did bad things to me." And we're like, "Oh, Steve, we're gonna fucking kill you, dude. Did you like have unsolicited sex with Steve's mom, Steve?" Because the other dude's name was Steve too, which was kind of ironic. And we're like, "Did you do that, you son of a bitch?" And we were like, "This is kind of unbelievable because everyone knows that you don't get sex from anybody. You've never had sex in your life. Why in the hell, of all the times that you're having sex with Steve's mom? Oh my God. Why did you do this? Why did you do this?" And Homeboy's eyes start tearing up, and he's like, and her name was Susan, and he was like, "Susan, no, I love you." And all of a sudden, Steve's mom's face goes from like to like, okay, okay. Now she's like, what do you mean? No, 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 don't say that. Don't say that. You're supposed to say, "I'm so sorry, Mrs. Steve's mom. I will never have unsolicited sex with you again." You're not supposed to say you're in love with me and now I'm your girlfriend. Which is what he was saying. He's like, "I love you. Don't, why are you saying these things? You said you loved me last night." Ah. And we're like, "Oh my God. What the hell? What the hell? Steve's in love with Steve's mom." And Steve's mom's like, "Oh no, 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 no. Listen, Steve, I need to have a talk with you. I need to have a talk with you. And we're going to have a little talk. Everyone needs to leave. Everyone needs to leave." And once again, we got to remember, Paul Walt's an asshole. I'm like, "Hey, what are you trying to hide, Steve's mom? I think we all need to hear what you have to say to Steve." And Steve's like, "Stop it, everybody! I love Suzanne." And we're like, yeah, yeah, oh God, you. Yeah, and I think I gave their dog a haircut that night too, which was that has nothing to do with anything. But the dog had a crazy haircut. Uh, yeah, I love that dog. Me and that dog partied. But anyhow, uh, this went on for a while. This went on for a while. She was like, "This is not going to happen, and it's over." And listen, and she realized that she could not be abrasive to him. Like, if I'm like mean to Steve and tell him, "Hey, you little son of a bitch, you slipped in my room and had sex with me, and this is not going to be okay." No, no, no. She knew that Steve, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that Steve was actually 18, so I don't think he was underage. So she was okay there, but still, Steve's mom didn't want to be known as the lady that had sex with Steve. I mean, even the girls that hung out with us wasn't like banging Steve. So uh, and Steve, and plus Steve's mom did have it going on, and she had a boyfriend that could kick Steve's ass really bad, and and it was all crazy and stuff, you know. Yeah, and no, no, James. So one time, it wasn't bestiality, I mean, I liked the dog. I gave the dog a haircut and stuff, but the dog was my buddy. And one time, me and the dog, we were like partying, and we may have been on some like hard shit and stuff. But the dog was like seeing the shadow from the ceiling fan, and he was ducking the shadow, and he was like, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no," which was making me go, "Oh shit, what the fuck's going on?" His name was Bud. I was like, "Bud, man, what's up?" Because I thought, like, hey, you know what? If Bud is seeing this shit, it's real. And I'm like, we've been playing quarters and shit. God knows what. Smoking grass. I don't know if y'all know what quarters are. And back then, the beer cans had tabs on them, so we would make long chains of beer tabs, and we had like, and it looked like a chandelier. Steve's and while we partied at Steve's house, is Steve's mom was a airline stewardess, so she was always out of town. So we were over there like hanging out at Steve's house with like, and we had, like I said, his kitchen light looked like a freaking chandelier in a hotel from all the freaking beer tab chains coming off of it and stuff. And this is another good one. Here's another good Steve story. So that Steve, not the Steve that like had sex with Steve's mom, but the other Steve, he walks in front of like these chicks that we're hanging out with, and he's like, "Yeah, so I just got out of the shower," and he's trying to like like stud muffin and stuff. He's like, "Just got out of the shower. Y'all see anything you like?" Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I didn't know you girls were here, so I just walked out of the shower in my towel with my wet chest going and stuff. And I walk up behind him as he's standing right with the girls are sitting on the bed. Now we're like I said, we're all about like 15, 16 years old, so and some of us are 18. But I walked up behind him and I yanked the towel off of him, which therefore put his wiener out in front of like the chick sitting on the bed. And it was like one of those George Costanza moments where he's like, "Oh my God, the wire's cold." And they're like, "Oh my God, Steve, you got a little dick. Oh my God, Steve, like your dick is like an innie. Oh my God." And he's like, "Ah," and he's running around and stuff with it, holding his dick in his hand. So, that happened. Uh, you know, and I think, didn't we all do this? Didn't we all do this? Yeah, 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 yeah. Shrinkage. Yeah, Steve and Steve. And I had to try hard not to say their last names because that's how we told them apart when we were talking about them. So we said their last names, but I will not do that. Oh my God! And I'm just, and if you're watching this, Steve, you went crazy, dude, and you did. You went crazy, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. It's okay. Because after that, Steve joined the military, but he was only there for like about 6, 8 months, and he had a burr haircut, and he came back to see us, and he burnt a pot leaf into his hair, and they kicked him out. So I didn't do that. Now I told him not to do that. I actually told him that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. And he knew it was a bad idea the next day, but I mean, there was no really way to cut that out without just shaving his head bald. And he wasn't going to shave his head bald. And he went in, and then, you could tell that he burned a pot leaf in his hair, and they kicked him out. But the good thing is that they did say he was crazy, and he was. Um, yeah. And I mean, and look, at this is the stories I tell you. You wouldn't believe the stories I don't. And it was just, and I blame it all on us not having internet. I mean, what were we going to do? Life's boring. Uh, uh, it's like life was like really, I mean, I talked to Chad the other day, and I want y'all to know this. Did y'all know that Chad has never been to a wild party? I want y'all to think about that. I mean, I think most of us have at least walked into a wild party. Tip run away. Yeah, run away from the tip. What the hell? Was it the tip's accepted for his sugar-free lemonade? Oh my God, sunshine. Jesus. Oh my God. Now I feel like the guy that's standing out front. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I got a good one for y'all. I don't even know if I told Sunshine this. Hey, y'all. I know I think I told Pookie this. Freaking the other day, I was going in work. I walked into the gas station, and like this rich dude and this rich lady were like spaced out on drugs, and the dude was like, hey, my wife will have relations with you with her mouth if you buy us breakfast. And I was like, no, hey, dude, I really appreciate you offering that, but no. And the whole thing's weird because like you got a Mercedes Benz, like a new Mercedes Benz, and you're all burnt out, but yet you're wearing like clothes and stuff. And I did have to like really not be evil that morning. They're lucky I was running late for work because I know you're like, so what are you saying? You're going to have sex with her? No. Uh, no. And here's the thing. So I might have been telling Chad. Uh, they had gold rings on their fingers, and it was all I could do to be like, I tell you what, forget about the sex. I tell you what, I'll buy you lunch and breakfast for that ring on your finger. I almost did that, but I'm a good person. I'm a good person. Plus, I was running late to work. If I'd have had time, would I have had breakfast? No, and I'm gonna tell you right now. Birdfinger, what was really strange about the thing is I know everybody in that gas station really well, and I mean some people that that know me on this channel here know when I walk into the gas station, they know me so well. Sometimes they just give me breakfast and they like feed me, which is one of the reasons why I'm just so overweight because like they're like, you know what, we're putting breakfast up, pole vault, so all the breakfast sandwiches we're fisting to throw them away and you're coming in at the end of breakfast. So any of the bacon and egg and and sausage croissants here, buddy. I mean, isn't that cool? I love those people. I love those people. But anyways, my homie behind the counter was like, "Yo, dog, like, so you're in here putting your wife up for like breakfast?" He's like, "Don't you have any shame?" And I shit you not, the dude, and this dude was like well off. He looks at the dude behind the counter. He's all like heroined out, and he's just like, I wasn't gonna let him have sex with her in her, bad spot. It was just her mouth. And I'm like, me and the guy behind the counter are like, what in the fuck is going on here? What the hell is going on? Um, we got some farm fresh eggs too. Oh, James, what I'm wondering, because these people seem to have money, but it looked like not that I'm an expert on being around people that I've been in rock bands a lot and around a lot of rock musicians, and if I had to take a guess, I would have said these people were probably on heroin because they're really rich and they were like just like zombies. And why are these super rich people like begging for money? Well, yeah, like Robbie said. Now I have seen that also, Robbie. I've been out at Vegas and seen people lose like everything. Oh my God, I've seen some bad shit. We're going out. Some of my crews out there right now they're out at an event called Evo out there in Las Vegas. Um, but I've seen people's lives get ruined, and it's like, wow, what in the hell did you do to be standing here? I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, this dude's clothes and his wife's clothes or whatever, their clothes alone were probably worth more than my freaking truck. No lie. I'm pretty sure that his watch was worth more than my truck. Why are they in here begging for freaking food? Then I got to thinking, maybe he was just a freak and wanted like someone to do that, and I don't know, like what's up? There's always something really weird going on. Like, what? Why y'all doing this? And why? And I am a target for weird shit. Yeah, ain't that America? You and me. Ain't that America? Something to see, yeah, yeah. But I'm like, why y'all doing this? Well, I mean, I see some weird shit, man. And what the thing is, and here's the thing, my where I work is on the border edge of Dallas. Dallas is this little town in Texas, and you go outside of the border of Dallas, you go across the city limits line of Dallas. All of a sudden, there's no crime. There's no shit like this, okay? And that's because they're freaking Texas cops down here that like you know break your tail light out and beat the shit out of you and throw you in jail and make barbecue out of you. Uh, yeah. Now Frisco's really rich up there. Frisco, we go up to Frisco a lot. I go to Frisco quite a bit because that's where the what they call the star is. And yeah, Fort Worth. Uh, Fort Worth's a lot more tamer than Dallas. Dallas is just getting to be so cray, um, and it's from the total lack of a police presence there. And then as soon as you cross the border and get out of Dallas, it's like you in a police state. What the hell? But whatever, whatever. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. And don't you know that freaks? Don't you know that has to freak the cops out now? Because I mean, when I was young, I come on. When you look at me, when you look at me, you can, if I was doing something like, say, I'm driving drunk, or I'm driving on weed or something, whatever I'm doing. If I was doing something illegal, I would be like, "Good day, officer. How are you today, officer? Please don't look me straight in the eye. Don't have eye contact with me, officer." Okay? But I'm strapped openly, and I'm like, "Hey, what the hell's up?" And so they're like, "Oh, he's not doing anything wrong." Which, to do to do what I was just said I was doing, um, you have to have no record, and you have to be, a fine, outstanding citizen, as I am. Okay. Uh, yeah, Dallas is cray. Sacramento, Pookie is like Sacramento is getting bad. I personally like Sacramento with cheese. Has anyone out there had a Sacramento and cheese sandwich? Sacramento and cheese sandwich, anyone? I don't really like Sacramento and cheese. It's what is that? What is that? I mean, I think Sacramentos are the little pieces of tomatoes in the cheese, right? Is Sacramentos the little tomatoes and then the cheese? But what is the gooey stuff in the cheese? What is the wet stuff in the cheese? Is that the Sacramento? I don't like wet cheese. Sacramentos. Yeah. James. One time I had a minnow go down my throat. You ever had to swallow a minnow? It's really fucked up. You shouldn't put Yeah, but Pookie, I think they're tomatoes. You shouldn't put minnows in your mouth. But I think Sunshine Archer has seen me swallow a minnow, and I've swallowed minnows on dares and stuff. But I'm really like a super country dude, and sometimes I catch these fish called crappie, and we had like rigs that had like two or three minnows on the rig, and I'd put a minnow in my mouth, and then bait the hook with another one and pull it out and put him on and then throw it out. And then one time the minnow slipped down. I never did that again. But I mean, I've eaten some sardines, and sardines aren't that far off from eating a minnow. Matter of fact, I think a minnow is probably a little bit better than most sardines. But yeah, tasty treat. Yes. Uh, oh, that's a Monday. We're not eating bread. Bread, bread. Cause a fool, cause yes. Yeah. Um, I like hibachi chicken. Joni likes hibachi. You know what? Joni loves hibachi. Rip, rip hibachi. You know, I don't think Joni's with us now. That's messed up. But you know what? And you know what? Uh, I really, really, I'm gonna tell you this, James. I'm really careful with my beard. God, the reason why it's in this braid in the first place is so freaking food doesn't get in it. And when I eat, I go like this, and I like pull my mustache, and it's just like a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. I've seen these one burgers. I think they're called Wolf Burgers. They keep showing them on like my feed, and they're like different colors. And so I guess they're dyeing the buns, and they're dyeing the buns. Some dyes make me poop. So like, here's the thing, sunshine. So if you were eating bread that makes you have diarrhea, can you eat said bread on your diet? Yeah, yeah, James. And Burger King didn't used to do that to me, but Burger King as of late is freaking made me freaking just freaking piss out my ass. You know, you know, Burger King, man, you used to be my homie. Now you doing this. You know, and it's gonna be okay. Hey, hey, what is so what is Wednesday? I don't know. Axe and Nacho comes on. Axe and Nacho. Nacho. I'm gonna tell you right now, those two are funny as hell. Those they crack me up. What is Burger King spikes my blood sugar? I like. I'll tell you one of my favorite meals is is freaking. We had this place here called Whataburger, and they have these chicken barbecue chicken strips and Swiss cheese and Texas toast. And that's solid. And every time I eat it, you know I'm full for a while. I like to eat a meal where I'm full for a while. There's so much shit out there right now, and you can eat a ton of it, and you're hungry just like right after, and you're like, what the hell? Did you make air? And I like freaking. I ate. What I eat like that? I ate. I ate some rice cakes. Yeah, well, I ate Chinese food today, James. It was hibachi chicken, and they hate to see me coming because the hibachi chicken at this place is about the only protein on the buffet that has no sugar. So what they do is they just like cook the chicken with jalapeno peppers all over the chicken, and they hate to see me coming because I will clean out a whole because I can have all that. Sonic, yeah, it was, well, Robbie, I don't know anything about the Sonic Burger. I don't know anything about the Sonic Burger. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been going to Sonic for like 43 years. And Sunshine is a Sonic fan, and she does eat the Sonic burgers. Um, but when I go to Sonic, I always get the foot long chili cheese coney, and it's very cost effective. You know, it's got a good price to it, and I'm like, wow, I got a meal for like 6, 7, $8. It's fucking crazy when I'm happy that I got a meal for $8 at a fast food place. Uh, what? Wait for Tuesday to check the Sonic Burger for cheap. Hmm. Oh yeah, and Sunshine loves those pretzels, and the pretzels are really cheap there. They're $1.99, and the yeah Thursday dogs. That's what I did. They have 99-cent dogs up here at this one by our house. Uh, so the corn dogs are 99 cents. So and the thing is this is funny because they told me when I was like on a diet that the slushies were sugar free. And if you read on the thing, it says sugar free peach, sugar free. But then after a while, some bad shit went on, and they were like, "Wait a minute, there's there, yeah. No, that's what I had the foot long, but you know, they said all slushies have lots of sugar in them. All slushies have a sugar base. What, Pookie? There's no Sonic close to your house. My God, are you okay? I mean, really, are you okay? Oh my God, no. You know what? I bet you there's not even freaking Waffle House close to Pookie. Pookie, do you have a Waffle House close to you? And me and Sunshine quit going to Waffle House. You know why? Because Waffle House, I'm sorry, and if you're listening to Waffle House, we will come back to you. But you used to be price effective. To go to Waffle House to get the All Star was like tops. Like you could go in there and get the All Star for like $9, and the All Star had waffles, a waffle, uh, eggs, bacon, hash browns, uh, you know, and like a drink, right? Now it's like $15 over here where we live. Yeah. That's the thing, Birdfinger. The thing is we uh and right, Robbie. The crime is really bad in the Waffle Houses here, and if we're going to, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Denny's, but if Denny's costs the same as Waffle House, I'm going to Denny's. And you know what? If Chili's costs as much as Denny's and Waffle House, I'm going to Chili's. And then and then it's out the window. Now I can just Fuji it. I can go to a fancy restaurant for, if it's going to cost me $20 to eat for my meal, I can go to a fancy restaurant. So Waffle House, what is my incentive to come to you anymore? You know what? I used to love Sambos. Wow. So there used to be a thing here called Kip's Big Boy. I used to love that. And it's all I can do to keep from getting a Kip's Big Boy statue. I used to love that, man. And you know, the thing is back when I was young, um, Kit's Big Boys, Sambo's, and there's one called Next Door, and they really had pride in their food, and and like made it a fun experience. Now it's like, oh, if we make you have a good experience, that's childish. We don't want to be childish. You know, we're not giving your kids now. You need to pay $20 to get your kid a Happy Meal that has a toy in it that freaking that's collectible. Like only like people over 30 years or old are coming in here to buy. Used to it wasn't much, but used to when I'd go to Jack in the Box, they would give. I'd say, how many kids are in the car? 3. Okay. And it would be something stupid. I got you. It would be something stupid like 3 balloons. Oh no, now there's choking hazards. Fucking choking hazards to a freaking balloon? Okay. Hey, you know what? I'm in the back seat of this freaking Impala with no seatbelt, rolling around on the leather like it's a freaking slide on a hot summer day. I'm freaking 5 years old. I'm being beat up like a pinball. I think I can handle a freaking balloon. And one time they had these little hand things that you blew up, and you went and they'd blow up the little hand glove, and it was Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5, and it was like a little glove that was a balloon, and that was free. I like that too. Wasn't much, man, but I like that. Uh, oh my God, Sunshine. Pookie is in Sacramento. There's Mexican food all around Pookie. I am sure. Uh, you know, uh, cause you gotta watch out in California though. They'll feed you some crazy shit though. Fucking one time I was in what was it, Manhattan Beach, and I was at the studio. I was working at the studio there, the Manhattan Beach Studios, and there's this restaurant right outside of there, and they the guy that was serving the meal didn't speak English at all. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in this restaurant, and no one that works or runs this restaurant, none of them spoke a word of English. And so the dude I'm with, one of the guys that works for me, is like, "Hey, I got you, man. This is really authentic Mexican food." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up? Okay." And so what we get out of him is like, what do I want? A beef or a pork? Freaking And I talked to this dude today. A beef or a pork burrito? Okay, beef or pork burrito. Hey, sounds pretty simple, right? Sounds pretty fucking simple. And they're like, hey, man, I'm going to tell you what. This is like, something stupid, like a 2-pound burrito. Nobody eats this burrito, man. This is a big fucking burrito. And they're like, wow, this dude's fucking going to eat the 2-pound pork burrito. Wow. And I'm like, that's not really that fucking much. Get real. Get out of here. Get out of here. So I eat the goddamn burrito. And it's all gristly and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is in this freaking burrito that's making it all chewy and stuff? And I'm like, whatever. I mean, this doesn't taste like freaking pork at all. And I'm talking to the dude that's with me, which is named James. I'm like, James, dude, freaking, this burrito kind of sucks, dude. You're talking about how good it is. And he's like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't ever get those burritos, dude. I mean, those are big, giant burritos. And then about that time, one of the dudes there speaks a little bit of English, and he's the cook. And he comes out, and he's like, wow, I've never seen anyone eat that much pig brain. I was like, what the fuck you talking about, man? He's like, no, dude, like, that was, we asked you if you wanted beef or pork, and you said pork. And, beef brain or pork brain. And you just ate like 2 pounds of pork brain. Oh my God, dude. I thought, if you've ever eaten something that you didn't know what you were eating until after you threw eating it. Oh my God, I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God. I got like, oh God. What if it wasn't even? And it didn't taste like it was cooked good. It didn't taste like it was cooked all the way through, and it was chewy. And I was thinking that was just fat and gristle. And I'm just like, wow! I just ate 2 pounds of pig brain, and it was rich, and I felt so bad. Right now, I'm just thinking about it, and I'm like burping and stuff. I'm like, ugh. And I've had squirrel, bird finger. I've had squirrel. I used to spend my weekend. I used to spend my summers in Louisiana, and we ate a lot of crazy shit down there. I'm not a fan of some of the stuff. Uh, Sheep balls like Andy the farmer. You know, uh, yeah, Andy does the Andy I was mentioning and all that stuff. The Andy with the wedgie and Andy that mooned everybody. He does. Yeah, he does live down there. He lives in Louisiana, and that's when I used to go spend the summers with his family in Louisiana. And man, we ate a lot of squirrels. We ate a lot of squirrels. I mean, we would go squirrel hunting and eat said squirrels. Uh, so it wasn't like an accident we ate squirrels. We ate a lot of fish and alligator and turtle and big-breasted Mexican robin. Uh, bird finger. Uh, I have not had big-breasted Mexican robin, but I have had big-breasted Mexican Maria. Good night, Robbie. Yeah, I need to. I need. It's like 3 minutes till 3 hours, and yeah, yeah. The alligator's always kind of chewy, and you know what, James? I've given up on eating squid and octopus. I mean, squid. The thing is if you ever get really, really good squid, really good squid, it can be okay. But 9 out of 10 times, squid tastes like fish flavored tire, bicycle tire. 9 times out of 10, and 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 I don't know at what time in my life that everybody quit learning how to cook lobster. Hubs. I'm gonna tell you what. I was up there with Hubs, up there around Hubs area one time. Oh, dude, I ate so much. Like they had this challenge called the Lumberjack Special. I ate that son. Me and my boss ate that son. Both of us ate one, and they were like, and like they're like, no one like eats this. And me and my boss have actually gone into eating competitions, and I quit doing that. We actually went into one restaurant, and it was called Farrell's, and it's an ice cream place, and they have a challenge, and you got a ribbon if you ate if you ate the challenge. And they actually did not give me my ribbon when I cleared the challenge, and they came to our table and said, "We're sorry, there's no professionals." I'm not even kidding you. They said that. They said, "Y'all are professional eaters," and we're like, "No, no, we're not." They're like, "Yeah, well, we're not giving y'all ate what took like most people 30 minutes to clear. Y'all ate it in 5 minutes." And I ate this thing called the pig trough, which was like two banana splits in one, and I ate it in like 5 minutes. Um, and they would not give me my prize. So fuck, fuck you, Farrells, you son of bitches. I'd been waiting my whole life to beat that. I'd failed before, you know. And then I freaking go in there and all stoked out and clear it, and they don't give me my freaking prize. Uh, did I burn the place down? Um, Hubs, I did some things I wasn't proud of. I did some things I wasn't proud of. We've seen that I've been working on my my language. I'm trying to work on my language. I'm trying not to cuss as much. Someone told me the other day I cuss too much. Yeah, Pookie, you do have a ferals there. You do have a fucking ferals there. You know where I was, Pookie? That's where I was. It's out there by that fucking airport. I was at that ferals. Was at that ferals. It was that ferals out in Cali. Motherfuckers. They took my prize. I'm used to that. I'm fucking used to that shit, though. So used to it. It's like the same thing with YouTube. I freaking work my ass off to get to the prize, and Pookie, Pookie, you're gonna get me in trouble. Oh, oh my God, you're gonna get me in trouble. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I'm not thinking about that anymore. I'm trying. I'm, I'm trying not to be a bad person. Why are you doing this to me, Pokey? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you, why are you doing this to me? Oh my God! You're making me look like I'm Chad Freeman or something. Oh my God! I look like I'm evil. Oh God! Oh my God! I can't wait to tell my boss about that. They treated us so bad. So I'm just gonna. Oh, hey, hey. And, it's just okay. We all lose. We we all lose. We all lose. Odds. We all lose. That's the thing. Okay. Now I've been telling everybody this. So Pookie, I'm up to $1.25 now. Okay, $1.25 in quarters. Y'all have all seen my elbows; they're all fucked up. So, uh, some people would be like, "Oh my God, I don't want people to see my elbows because it's like shame and shit." I don't fucking give a goddamn. When you're this goddamn pretty, it just adds on. Okay. Anyways. So, hey kids, y'all want to see some magic? All right. See these quarters. Yeah, I got them, Pookie. I found the quarters. No, these are the same quarters. These are the same quarters. These are the same quarters. I keep finding them, but I'm down to like $1.25, and I was up to like $1.75. So 2 quarters are still flying around here. Okay, are y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Okay, when 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 people think that you can't do something, Birdfinger, when they're out there telling you you can't do anything, there's no fucking magic left in this world, and there's nothing to freaking just keep on pushing for, and there's no hope, and the Chad Freemans of the world are winning. I want you to think about this, okay? You ready for this? This is gonna be some fucking magic. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You got to be ready, Pookie. Here's the quarters. Okay. I think it's because of the sweat. So we're down four quarters. We're down four quarters. But you see that? There's one freaking shiny quarter right there. There's one shiny quarter. Magic is alive. Magic is alive, Birdfinger. Magic is alive. Quarters over here. Quarters over there. Hey, what's this behind my ear? It's a quarter. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think maybe y'all are in line to see some more magic. Okay. See, let's get this up here so we can see this. 'Cause we want to see this. Okay. There's a can. Okay. See this quarter? All right. All right. You see the quarter. Solid quarter, real quarter. Real quarter. Okay. We're going to cover up the top of this can. Okay. We're going to shake this can up. Crush it. Where's the quarter? Where's the quarter? That's right. And you didn't believe in magic before this stream. You didn't believe in magic before this stream. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know it's real. Listen, you can still sleep good at night. This was good magic. It was pure, pure of heart. It wasn't evil magic like Chad Freeman that hurts baby seals. So you can rest tight tonight. Rest tight tonight. Knowing that pole vault is out there to counteract Chad's magic. And you just remember, there's still a quarter left. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. I want y'all to let y'all know it's not easy standing up against evil like Chad Freeman, who, like I said, has un, unsolicited uh, relations with canines. But I want y'all to know I'm out there with the quarter, keeping the streets clean. That's me. This is, and you know what? I do it. I do it. I do it for y'all. I do it for y'all because I'm gonna tell you, and I want y'all to know, y'all stand up, and y'all catch a quarter. Catch a quarter. All it takes is one quarter. Okay, let's see if I can do it again. Uh, okay, here we go. We're going to do it again. Okay, one quarter. That's right. That's right. Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you know. Now you know. Now you know. Well, I gotta go to work tomorrow. I gotta start packing stuff. Cause we got some shows coming up, and and I'm gonna do some stuff in junk, and and see. Let's see what temperature is in here. It was 95 when I started. Okay, it's just a little under 90 now. Yeah, it's practically a Arctic storm in here. So, all of y'all, like I said, rest easy. Do I do birthday parties? Do I do birthday parties? I don't even know birthday parties. What is that, like her dancing name? Miss Parties. Miss Parties. Would you like to be done? Oh my God. Maybe, work on, just work on some more magic. Y'all have a good night. I love all y'all. Y'all be careful. I hope you laughed at my pain. Uh, and my pain is your gain, I guess. Um, remember, what doesn't kill us? Uh, did I tell a birthday story? Oh, I did tell a I did tell a birthday party story. It was good. It had Michael Irving from the Dallas Cowboys in it. Yeah. And and topless dancers and karate and bodybuilders. Yeah. All right. Hey, y'all have a great time. I'll see y'all later. And you remember, uh, you know, uh, if Chad Freeman pulls up in a van and asks you to get inside, he doesn't have candy in there, so don't do it. Oh, and Steve's mom. I did talk about Steve's mom. Steve's mom. She was hot back then. All right, y'all have a great night. I love y'all. Good night.